started with the Hollywood Reporter, really. Well, in fact, no, let's be honest. It actually started way back when those people came out and said that Meghan Markle was a bully. And this is the problem because, of course, back and forth, and we had that private investigation by our late monarch, Queen Elizabeth, who decided to keep it private, seemingly because, of course, one might say it could be even more detrimental towards the ex-royal couple. But now this particular sort of feature, forget the Hollywood Reporter, sort of basically saying that Meghan's diva duchess and demon in high heels and all that sort of stuff. Well, this, one of the more esteemed organisations, one might say, is none other than Vanity Fair. Now, if you remember, Vanity Fair at the very start of this romance, relationship, marriage, whatever you want to call it, well, the thing is, you know, she was just wild about Harry, if you remember, and she did that very expensive photo shoot, and even then proving to be, well, what was a taste of things to come. Now they've decided to release this particular damning sort of assessment of their very sort of period in California. But let me tell you the true background as to why they decided to come out against both Meghan and Harry. It's fascinating stuff. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time. And as ever, thank you and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. I'm glad, by the way, you enjoyed the video I put together about the Christianity over here in the United Kingdom and the fact that, yes, once again, you know, the base religion here in the United Kingdom is being pushed aside, but millions given to the mosques. Now, every religion matters, don't get me wrong, but, you know, equal share means, you know, inclusivity, right? Again, this government absolutely appalling. The quicker Rachel Reeves gets out of that office with a fake CV, I think a lot of people will be a lot happier. And it's coming, trust me. A little bit like this, of course, the bombshell that Vanity Fair decided to upturn against none other than Meghan and Harry. And a lot of people are asking why, you know, why would they suddenly decide to write such a damning piece? Well, is it that damning? A lot of it, you know, we kind of knew, particularly if you report on them on a regular basis and have excellent contacts that I do, particularly a lot of the people that did work for them that now don't. You know, and there's quite a few, as you can imagine. What's fascinating about the people I do find is they all have a common thread. I'll tell you this, it is an interesting thing. You know, they're not too disenchanted with Harry. They think he's actually quite a nice guy. But the minute that she arrives in the room, she's kind of like brings a black cloud. It's a bit like Dastardly and Muttley. You know, I know I've often said this, but you know, that sort of thing. Suddenly the mood changes and he reverts to whatever he feels is her mood and what, of course, he has to be told what to do. Definitely a mother figure. Yes, more about that soon. So why did Vanity Fair take them apart? Quite simple. According to my very well-placed source, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, things were going quite well. Apparently they were set to cover and see, you know, behind the scenes and do a feature, you know, gushing feature about Meghan's Netflix cookery show, right? And things were going quite to plan. And then they weren't, then they were. But they were used to this. They're used to dealing with huge celebrities and the dividend that comes around that. I'm not suggesting Meghan's a huge celebrity, but they knew by having her on the cover and, of course, you know, basically getting some PR and digital clicks and stuff like that, this would work. Now, it fell apart, and it fell apart because of the demands, apparently, that Meghan wanted, and as ever, again, allegedly, for this feature. Again, nothing strange about that. It's normally lighting, makeup, clothes, stuff like that, you know. But really, they wanted the story, you know, the story of where she was at right now. And they felt that giving her the front cover and, you know, oodles of pages, they deserved something of that. It all fell apart in a real mess, according to an excellent editorial source. And so, in return, because they'd wasted so much time, another bridge has now been burnt. And they decided, well, let's just go with what we've got. And that's exactly what they've done. And they've probably got the same acreage of coverage if they'd have gone really from being nicey-nicey and saying how marvellous and what a wonderful jam maker Meghan is. And this is the problem. How many more bridges, Miss Markle, can you truly burn? You should have learnt the lesson that Vanity Fair are massive. They have the power to crush and grind, and that's exactly what they've done. A little bit like, of course, the Hollywood Reporter. As I said to you before, if I was Meghan's agent, I'd be now pulling what few strands of hair I might have left out and wondering, where do we go from here? In fact, where do we go from here? Full stop. With Vanity Fair upon you, things are not looking terrific at all. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.